his mother, his mother, he don't want to buy his mum a ticket. His mother and whoever her guests come along, be my guests. They'll have great tickets. I'll send a limo to pick them up, and I'll give them hospitality on the night. She'll be looked after like she's my mum. If my mum who's no longer alive, but that's how she'll be looked after. We're not that type of people. We're accommodating people.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dillian. Happy birthday to you.
Hooray! Dillian, I hope the training is going well down in Villamora. He's waiting for you. The man's waiting for you, so you better be in tip-top condition. See you next week.
Ooh, what's good, family? Shout out to the Honourable Lord Devil Dog for his undying commitment and services to the YB's coin. 100%, no doubt about it. So we just saw there from Team Tyson, Fury trolling, trolling the life out of Dillian Whyte. Now it must be said, this video is a few days old now. This video is, unfortunately, indeed, before the Kinahan news leaked. Now, why am I mentioning that? Well, I didn't get around to doing it at the time when it was obviously new, but the reason I'm mentioning that is because people who have been following the kind of news, and my channel in particular, will know that ever since the Kinahan news dropped, Tyson Fury and Team Fury haven't done anything to kind of prod Dillian. Yeah, in fact, Tyson Fury in the last few hours put out another video promoting the fight, kind of 6 days to go or 1 week to go, and it was no smoke whatsoever. All he was saying was, "Oh, I can't wait to have a great fight," and there was nothing in there whatsoever, which is shocking. Bearing in mind, I mean, you see this video. This video was about 2 or 3 days before the Kinahan news dropped. Frank Warren literally paid to get Dillian Whyte's mum in to the video, and Dillian Whyte got trolled by his own mum in the video. Damn, it's bad, and this probably shows that Dillian Whyte ain't give his mum no coins, because if Dillian Whyte mums was paid, yeah, and Frank already said, "Listen, Dillian, I'll treat your mum like my own mum, yeah, 100%. If you can't afford Dillian Whyte, Frank Warren been already said, Dillian Whyte, if you're too tight and or can't afford to buy tickets, I'll take your mum there." And that's what Frank doing here. Frank flew her in and got her to sing happy birthday for you. And it showed you Dillian Whyte, super duper tight, don't want to spend no coins of his own. Yeah, he's supposed to be, you don't want to spend no coin. That's why you got trolled. Yeah? About you ain't got no ticket for your mum. Next thing you know, Frank flying her in anyway. You see her there, standing next to Frank. Oops. It's bad for Dillian right now. Dillian getting trolled by his own mums. It's super bad for Dillian. He going all the way through it. But, to be honest with you, I'm glad I saved this video. Even though it wasn't on purpose, but I am glad I saved this video. Why? Well, just because Team Fury have kind of lost their balls and don't want to troll Dillian. I do. Oops. Yeah. I'm not the one who's been got by the federal. You know what I mean? The feds can't catch the YB. He's too slick. You know what I'm saying? They can't catch. Listen, you get 100%. The YB move too slickly. Simple as that. The feds ain't catching the YB. He's too deep. Too much IQ. Yeah. No doubt about it. And like I said, if Team Fury ain't gonna do it, the YB gonna do it. The YB gonna make sure he stay on Dillian's neck. Yeah. 100%. Because Dillian deserve it. Like, I'm pissed off how things have gone. But I'm not going to blame... Well, I think... I'm just disappointed in Team Fury, to be honest. I am disappointed. I'm going to do more videos on this throughout the week, but the fact that we ain't going to get no more smoke, the whole vibe's just been killed for me. Although, listen, the fight will be good still, I'd have thought. Unless Tyson Fury's brain's frazzled, then the fight should be good. Who knows, maybe Tyson Fury's brain being frazzled from stress might make the fight even more entertaining, because my base case was, if Fury goes in there 95 out of 100, or even 90 out of 100, Dillian Whyte's pack will get smoked. Yeah? Dillian Whyte's pack will get smoked like a chain smoker. Yeah, like a chain smoker with a pack of Newports, emptied. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. So maybe if Fury comes in at 40% because he's had sleepless nights thinking about this whole Kinahan thing or whatever, then that makes the fight much more competitive. But still, anyway, I just wish Fury would say, you know what, Dillian? Or I wish, like for example, it was a few weeks ago, Eddie Hearn came out and said to Coogan, "Oh, Coogan, you never asked Tyson Fury the hard questions." Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. In the past, I've criticised Tyson Fury for saying he's gonna give loads of money to charity and then not doing that. People who know me know I judge things on a case-by-case basis. I ain't no fanboy. Which means that I understand, much like myself, people aren't perfect. Some things I do will be wrong. Some things I do will be right. Even though they're all right, but yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? And on that basis, some things Fury does is right, some things Fury does is wrong. And that was, if you don't, listen, no, people say things, but YB, he don't have to give his money to no one. No one asked you to do that, but don't say things and not do it. If you don't want to give money to charity, don't try and virtue signal and get free clout points. Oh yeah, I'm giving it all away, and then don't do it. Just don't say anything, no one cares. Yeah? We live in a world where you can keep all the coin you want. But to say you're going to do something and then not do it is, I don't know, it's just, yeah, that repulses me. It's like, yeah, it's the worst thing to do. Say you're going to try and get clout points for being Jesus. Oh, my name's Tyson Jesus and I'm giving, don't do that. Just stay doing what you're doing. Anyway, the point is, Eddie Hearn was moaning to Coogan about, you never say the hard questions to Fury. Anyway, 2-2s. Coogan then approaches Fury and says, Fury, Eddie Hearn said, I don't ask you the hard questions. Basically, Coogan was asking for permission to question Fury with the hard questions. 2-2s. Coogan says to Fury, what about the charity? And I think it was something else. What about that? And guess what? Fury completely shut it down and said, listen, Coogan, you can ask me whatever you want. And basically, the point is, Tyson Fury showed he didn't care. Yeah? And I was hoping, bearing in mind how close this fight is, bearing in mind how goofy Dillian Whyte's been, I was hoping Tyson Fury would say, yeah, Kinahan, whatever, I don't care. Dillian, I'm going to ride you for the next week anyway. Do you know what I mean? I was hoping that was going to be the case. But, I guess, what we can take from this is the fact that Tyson Fury is taking it so serious and he has banned all the media from asking questions. This shows, in my opinion, that this really is a serious and delicate situation. Although it could be, it doesn't necessarily mean Tyson Fury is culpable or has any guilt personally. It could just be a corporation play here. I've done videos on it in the past few days. Bottom line is, yeah, if ESPN and or Sky and or BT tell Tyson Fury or whoever we don't want no mention of Kinahan, then that'll be what it will be. It may have well. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it's all the major networks. No, I'm not sure what percentage split or who put the order in to shut this all down and become moist. But either way, I don't know. This whole vibe is dead for me. This whole trying to be friends with Dillian now is dead. Yeah, we want to see Tyson Fury riding Dillian. Because that's what Dillian likes it anyway, isn't it? Let's be real now. Tyson Fury meets all the criteria. Apart from the fact he's not of African descent. If Tyson Fury was of African descent, we know Dillian Whyte, he loves his big burly dons. But still, I'm sure if Tyson Fury is big enough, yeah, he's over 250 pounds, he's over 6'5", and therefore he's qualified, Dillian's on it. That's Dillian Whyte's type down to a T. He loved them big ones. Yeah, but anyway, Dillian, you get trolled. Yeah, Frank Warren flew your mums in, sung happy birthday with her, paid her, got a nice seat, did what you couldn't because you're too tight. And it's peak for Dillian right now. Yeah, from what I've heard, Dillian Whyte was seething. He thought, damn, I can't believe Frank Warren had got my mum in a video singing happy birthday with her. Oh, it's bad for Dillian. He got trolled. This for me was an A1 troll. Imagine that. This reminds me of about 20 years ago when 50 Cent and The Game were in the beef, yeah? And anyway, basically 50 Cent ended up recording a video in the game's mum's house. That was mad. Obviously, it was quite controversial at the time, but imagine that. Imagine being in a beef with someone, yeah, and then your op pulls up in your mum's house. Now, she at the time allegedly was out, but imagine that. That's the peakest violation. This, for me, isn't far off, yeah? Frank Warren flew your mums in and be singing happy birthday to you. Wow, it's bad for Dillian right now. Super bad for him. He going through it, from what I've heard. Yeah, and after all that talk about mind games, you best believe Dillian Whyte at that particular point in time, yeah, when this video dropped, Dillian's mind was shot. But then obviously the whole Kinahan crap came out, and it's all messed up now. I ain't gonna lie to you. To sit here and tell you that Fury's winning the mind games now, I'll be lying to you, because there ain't no mind games. I mean, if you just watch the press conference, did you hear Tyson Fury say anything disparaging about Dillian? In fact, he went out of his way to say, "Oh no, Dillian didn't need to come to the press conference anyway, because it wasn't even a real press conference." The minute I heard that, I thought, what the there's no way. Yeah? He was just airing him out about how whatever. A massive disappointment, but obviously we know what's happened here. The next week, I was super anticipating the next week, but really, it's going to be trash until the fight. Which ain't bad, but you know, what I'm like. I like to be entertained, ultimately. Bottom line, I want to be entertained in the build-up. And I think also, to be honest with you, the build-up to a fight actually adds to the fight, because it gives them emotions into it. Often when you see boring build-up, the fight ends up a little flat, doesn't it? The best fights for me are when everyone's emotionally invested. Anyway, Dillian Whyte, you got trolled. Frank Warren got your mumsy on speed dial, and it's simple as that. Yeah. Happy birthday, Dillian, from Team Fury and your mumsy in the video, no doubt.